Say good morning, Rocky. Alright, what's up, guys? So we're doing smoked ribs today. So I showed this in the other videos, but I want to mention something. So we are right now in fall. It's October. So I'm going to add water to this pan. Again, that is keep humidity, keep the temperature down so it doesn't get too hot. Okay, so what I need to mention is that this changes throughout the year. When it gets cooler outside, putting too much water in that pan can be your worst enemy. This thing will cook ridiculously slow. Okay, so that's something that I've been learning over the last several years, is how much water to put in there gauged by the outside temperature. If you have a grill similar to this one, this Oxford Next grill, if you have this same grill and you're like, how's this guy get this plate in there? Because okay, so this plate is supposed to sit on those ridges, and maybe from heat or whatever, it's warped, it doesn't. So what I do is I set that brick in there, just a scrap brick I had laying around, and I've set that on top of it, and it keeps it kind of level. You guys will see that in a second. I'm going to go ahead and set that up. Okay, got the coals going, got the plate in. Go ahead and in just a second, we're going to start getting ready to season those ribs. Alright, so let's get a close-up of what our ingredients are, what we're going to be using. Okay, so for the ribs, that everything except for the St. Louis, everything that I cut off the spare ribs is only going to get AP seasoning. Everything is going to be spritzed with apple cider vinegar. But the St. Louis cuts are going to get the AP. They're going to get mustard. And they're going to get brown sugar. That's part of the reason we separate them. Towards the end, everything is going to go, when this is ready to, maybe like 30 minutes left or something like that, everything is going to go into these pans. I have two pans. The spare cuts will go in one pan, and the St. Louis will be cut up and go into the other pan, and all of them will be coated with sticky, Stubbs Sticky Sweet, I think it's called, barbecue sauce. Alright, here we have what I guess we'll call our spare cuts. So, as stated previously, I'm going to season both sides generously with AP seasoning, and then they're going to go on the grill. Okay, I forgot to mention earlier, so all these undesirable pieces I trimmed off. Nothing gets thrown away. That's dog food. Throw all that in this aluminum foil, cook it in the foil, and that's a treat for Rocky, wherever he's at, where they're laying down. Okay. Go up here. I don't know. I was told this is called brisket. I don't know how true that is. Again, marinated in Italian dressing and mojo. is this? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and coat everything in mustard for the binder. Probably should have used paper towel to dry off the moho. Probably would have been a good idea. Ran out of AP seasoning, so I'm using Kinder's Rub Buttery Steakhouse. See how this turns out. Can't be bad. Alright, brown sugar. Do the same thing on the other side, and then on the grill we go. Now it's a waiting game. Close the lid, let it smoke. Say hi, Rocky. Rocky, where you going? There he is. Alright guys, midday check-in. Up around 225, I just opened the lid a second ago. 250 degrees. Looking good. Looking good. Got those bits in the pan. Those will be cut up and put in there in just a little bit. Had some trouble this morning. Remember I was talking about that pan of water? Temperature was really low this morning. Couldn't get it up to 200 degrees. That's because of the weather. Barbecuing in South Florida can be tricky sometimes. Check in a little while. Alright guys, so what I think I'm going to do now is take these here off, cut them up, and put them in the pan with these, and I think I'll wrap them up. I think that's what I'm going to do. Go ahead and cut these up. Okay. Got touched them a little bit. They're pretty tender. Go ahead and throw them in here. If you watch the video, how to trim your spare ribs, in that video I said that there was a reason for trimming them, and that everything would be cooked a little differently. So that's what you're seeing. So, all this goes in here. Matter of fact, I've got some pieces. I need to take out and cut up. So I'll do that. Just like it is. Alright. It's going to cook. And there like that, I'm going to cut these pieces up, add them back in there. And then at a certain point, I'll cover that up with aluminum foil. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap these ribs up. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so normally it doesn't take this long, but that's the main reason why I stated what I did this morning about the water. That changes this time of year. You cannot do it consistently. All the time it's going to change a little bit. Also, I got a little tip for you. So, Reynolds is what you got to use when you're wrapping your ribs. But sometimes they don't have the big long pack, so you get the cheap one. This is just to go on the outside of this because they only had a small one. So, there they are. They look pretty damn good, I will say so myself. Alright, there's our spare cuts. There's our dog food. Alright, I'm going to wrap these individually, as you will see. Windy. Alright, set in here. No. Excuse me. One last spritz. Apple cider vinegar. So the trick to this is you got to wrap them really tight, meaning that you want the foil right up against the meat. What you're trying to accomplish is you're trying to keep the juice from the meat in the meat. So you don't want that juice to go anywhere except for back into the meat. Keep it juicy. Okay. I'm going to cheap roll one time. And this is just the only reason I'm using this one is to prevent leakage. I don't want the ribs. I don't want it leaking the juice out, which happens sometimes when you use the short roll only. So, tight, you want it tight. Alright. So long story short, I'm going to do that 2 more times. Pause the video for the sake of time. Alright guys, there we have it. We're just going to go ahead and close it on up. And that's going to go for probably 2 hours. Sealed up like that, cooking its own juices and whatnot. And we will see you then. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and take, I'm going to go ahead and take the St. Louis off. I'm going to cut them up. You're going to see that in a minute. There is our dog food that I told you. Don't throw that away. Don't throw that away. Barbecue Man's dog eats really good. Right, Rocky? Playing with his ball. So, don't throw that stuff away. Something will eat it. Alright, go ahead and set the camera up and cut these St. Louis up. We'll go to the next step. I wish you guys could smell this. You have no idea. This smells amazing. So that bone, Rocky, that bone's doing nobody any good. Go ahead and cut these ribs up. Start on this end. What's going on there? There it is. Alright, so I'll do this one, and then we, through the magic of camera adjustation, we will skip to the next spot. So, what you just seen there, you will see with the other couple of ribs, and I'm going to take and put them in this pan here. Ribs will be coated with Stubbs Sticky Sweet. Me and my family think this is the best one. Alright, so those are our St. Louis all cut up. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of Stubbs Sticky Sweet. A little bit of this. Go ahead and turn them over. Sauce, get them mixed up really good. A little bit more. These go back on the grill. These go back on the grill, and I'll bring out the other cuts. The spare cuts. All right, these are our spare cuts. Just remember when you buy your St. Louis ribs at the grocery store, you're leaving behind all of this, and this is all still some really good meat. There's a lot of juice in there. I'm not going to take that out. And go ahead and add our Stubbs Sticky Sweet. So, see how these bones are just pulling right out? I had several pull out on the last rack. I wasn't trying to pull them out, they just They don't want to stay in there. So that's what you really want. Last of the stubs, it's about $4 a bottle at Walmart at least. Go ahead and mix this up. Ooh, it's really hot. Can't mix it up too much. And this is still really good meat. Don't think that because this isn't the St. Louis that it's not really good meat. This is really good meat. Well, I mean, if you cook it right. Go ahead and throw this on the grill. Alright guys, so I'm going to let this sit in the barbecue sauce and the heat for about 30 minutes and then we're done. Again, this is all the undesirable shit that most people throw away. Technically, I guarantee you, if I give that to you, you'll eat it. But that's going to be dog food. That's going to be Rocky's. It's going to be mixed up with his other food. All right, guys. It is 5:45 in the afternoon. These have been cooking all day. I'm gonna go ahead and take them off and put them in the storage container here. Look pretty good there, don't they? These are our St. Louis. These are the spare cuts. All good meat, but it's important to cook them separately. And those bones up there are for Rocky. I can't give him too much at one time. Yeah, I give him a little bit at a time. You know, he's already had 3. I put look at that empty bowl. I put his barbecue food in the bottom of that bowl so he could smell it, and then put his kibble on top. Look at him. He's 10 years. Well, he'll be 10 years old in December 9th. He's getting old. It's a sad day when he's not here anymore. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in our Tupperware container so they can feed me throughout the week. Alright, there we go. I didn't waste any of that juice. I poured it all in there because it's got to be something good to it. And, you know, you guys, as always, let me know what you think. I don't get a lot of comments unless it's my ex-girlfriend trolling my page, which I keep blocking her. She's a real fucking mean fucking girl, dude. I don't understand what her problem is. You know what I mean? Like, she legit creates fake accounts and then trolls my shit just to be nasty. Alright, you guys have a good day. Let me know what you think if you watched this far. If you didn't, then, well, I got nothing to say to you.